I got more juice. I can't believe that my last video that was just like so spur of the moment and like no thoughts, head empty, reach as many people as it did. But I feel like that's just the way that YouTube is now. It feels like the old days where you just do what you do. Don't think too hard about it. So this is me not thinking too hard about it. Um, yeah. So I spilled soup on myself today, but let me be clear. I got soup spilled on me. Um, After church lunch, went out to eat, and we were at like a table trying to fit everyone in, and there was like someone who couldn't really fit at the table, so we were all trying to fit our trays, and like I'm moving my tray, and the guy next to me is my friend. He's moving his tray, and he pushes his too far, and I'm like about to put some ramen in my mouth. I'm about to eat, and he like pushes his tray too far, and it knocks my entire bowl of ramen onto my lap. And I was wearing a skirt, and I had such a cute little outfit today, and I felt so pretty today, and I was like, oh, that's so cute today. Then I got completely covered in soup, and it was hot because I had just gotten the soup, so it was like burning my thighs, and I'm like pushing these noodles off with my hands, off my thighs, and I'm just like kind of in shock because now my entire soup is on my lap, and now the floor, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, what do I do now? And thankfully, like, everyone there was like really sweet and like trying to help, like, oh, like, let's, are you okay, like checking on me, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm chill, like, I'm fine, don't even worry about, like, I'm totally okay, like, guys, don't worry, I'm good. And I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, let me change my clothes, like take off my white shirt that now is covered in ramen. And thankfully I had clothes in the car, and I was like, guys, like, don't worry, I got clothes in the car, like, I'm gonna be okay. And they're like trying to make sure I'm okay, and like actually my thighs hurt, like I got burned, it hurt. I was like trying my best to be like, it's okay, guys, like everyone else, like I hope you guys are all okay. I'm okay, are you okay? We're all okay. And I get to the car after, and I just sit there, and I'm like, I kind of want to cry. I want to cry, and should have cried. I want to cry. I should have cried when that soup fell on me. Why didn't I cry? Even when I was in the bathroom cleaning all the soup off, I was like, I could have just cried it there. Why wasn't I crying? And I was like, I just really didn't want to make anyone else feel like uncomfortable. Like, I was like, I really want everyone to feel like it's not a big deal. Let's not ruin the vibe. Like, we're going to be okay. But I was like, why? Something bad happened to me, and if I felt like crying, I should have just cried. So my friend, I met with her yesterday, and we were talking about something that like I was kind of upset with, and like it was pretty clear I was upset about it. Like when I was texting her, I knew it was coming across that I was upset, but I was like trying my best to like not seem that bothered by it, because it also felt a little trivial, because like it was about a guy. So I was like, I really should not like be this upset about it, because it wasn't even a big deal, but I was upset about it. And she was like asking me, and I was like really trying to be like, I'm good, like I'm fine, I'm fine. And I could tell that she could tell that I wasn't fine. So I was like, I need to do a better job, like, keeping it together. And then, like, when I got home, I was like, I can't believe I'm upset about this. It's so stupid. I was like, why? Why am I being hard on myself for being upset about it? Like, I should be able to be upset about the fact that I got soup spilled on me. And I should be able to be upset about the fact that, like, I'm upset about a guy. It's not a big deal. Like, I can be upset about it. It doesn't mean that much. So I was like, why am I upset about this? And I kind of was just thinking about it more in general, like, why don't I want to cry? Why do these little things bother me bigger than the big? Why do these little things bother me more than the big things? It's like a running joke with me and my roommate that like crazy things will happen to me, and I'm like, oh, that's chill. It's like no big deal. But then like ramen gets spilled on me, and I'm like, I will have a breakdown about it. Because mind you, I did tell like everyone I saw today that the soup got spilled on me, and then last week I slipped on some ice, bruised the fuck out of my knee. I bruised the fuck out of my knee, and I lost my smoothie that I had just picked up before dance class. I lost my smoothie, and I was upset about it. I told everyone I knew. I put it on my story. I was like, everyone's gonna know that I lost my smoothie and I bruised my knee. But then like crazy things will happen in my life that are traumatic, and I'm like, ugh, it's like I don't really tell anybody. Like today, I'm complaining about the soup. My mom had a seizure. She's okay though. But I'm like, here I am talking about the soup. Like, I am not crying over my mom and her health, but I want to cry over soup. And I'm upset about myself for wanting to cry over soup. I don't know. And then I was telling my best friend about this, being like, what do you think is, do you think there's something wrong? Like, why is this, why do I do this? What's going on here? And I'm like, what was the last time I cried? I'm like, maybe like 2 months ago. Cried in an airport in Singapore because of a situationship. And I just remember being, I cannot believe I'm crying over this stupid stuff. But it felt really good to cry. And I always forget that, how good it feels to cry. But I don't like crying. And I don't like crying in front of other people. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, I don't want to do it. Because I feel fine when other people cry in front of me. I never think like you're being stupid, you're crying over stupid stuff. Like, I never think stuff like that. So I don't know why when it comes to me, I'm like... So, anyways, talking to my best friend about this, being like, why do I cry? Like, why do I not cry? And I'm like, how often is a normal time to cry? Like, when should we be crying? And she's like, you should just Google it. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's check Google. Google it. It's like, for women, it's like 3 times a month. And I was like, 3 times a month? That just doesn't sound like a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's like once every couple weeks. But then I was looking on Reddit and there was some guy who's like, I cry every 2 to 3 days. And I was like, well, that seems like a lot too. So I don't know. What is the normal amount to cry? I definitely feel like 2 months is like not healthy. I feel like I should be crying. I feel like I should have cried over the soup, and I probably should have cried about my mom. But every time I start getting sad about stuff, I'm just like, life is really hard. Life has been way harder for me before. Like, I really don't need to be getting upset about this. Like, there's just worse stuff happening. I got soup spilled on me. My mom is sick. But, like, life was way worse before this. I've been in harder situations. I can get through this. But I think it's, like, I feel ungrateful, too, when I start feeling sad. Like, I need to figure out some sort of balance here. Because not crying that's not the solution here. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. I'm in therapy to see my therapist tomorrow. And he thinks I'm funny. So, cheers to that.